What up, what up?
Which book getting released?
MT Unit in the house. What up? Sean Wayne. Let's go. What up with it? Just gonna wait for a couple more folks to come on in here and then we'll start spreading the word.
Oh, a lot of people waiting for you.
Somebody knows how to get a hold of Sally from the Valley. Let me know right away.
She was on my live too.
She was?
Yeah. Somebody from the Valley was on my live. Gonna kill it.
All right, my G.
Everything.
Thank you, bro. You guys go visit South Central Audit and make sure you watch his video. He was at the station all night waiting for us.
Hell yeah.
And definitely had our backs on this one, guys. Sally, I need you to get a hold of, I don't know if she paid the bail already, but I think we can probably get it for less than what she's going to pay for it. So I haven't called them yet, but let me know if you want me to make the call, Sally.
Oh shit, my key's on your door, right?
This side?
Yeah.
Yeah, River definitely wants to get bailed out. He was in a cell next to me. Later, brother.
What was he telling you?
Well, we barely started talking this morning because I went into my cell first. They housed me first on the 3rd floor, and then fucking and then they got him. They brought him in maybe like 20 minutes later, and they housed him right next to me. And I think he was asking them like, "Oh, can you put me in the cell with Jose?" I heard something like that. And then they were like, "Well, why do you want to do that?" They're like, "Oh," he said something about like he's the one that's gonna bail me out. So, but they ended up just leaving him where he was. So and then this morning I was like, River, and he's like, "What's up?" We're right there next to each other. I was like, "I'm still here, dog. I'm still here." You know, like it's not like I left and forgot about you. You know. And then I told him I was gonna call our lawyer when I got out to start.
I got the video where
Getting
when
on
I
the
flew
hot
attacks,
one.
alright?
Huh?
When I flew attacks, the Huda, I got the video when he's right in the front. Where he's right here, like the Huda, he goes like this towards River.
So scan this, dude.
That's River's phone. Alright, SG.
All right, brother.
You drive safe, alright?
All right, be safe, man. Thank you. Hey, Pedro, do me a favor, bro. If you can get a hold of Nadiri Law, because his number's on my other phone that they kept. So Rivers wants to get bailed out. If not, they're going to hold him till like next week sometime because of the holiday today. They're not going to see him for 2 days. And so it might not be till like Monday. So he was asking me to bail him out. And I think we got a hook up on a bail bondsman your way out that's willing to help us out. So that's why I was asking maybe Rivers lady can just call your way out and let them know that Nadiri sent us over there. But I want to first try to get a hold of Nadiri if you can, Pedro, and ask him to do us a bottle. Let them know what's going on. I don't know if anybody else called them or not, but yeah, the 48-hour rule, that's what it is. They got him on lock. So they got River for assault on an officer or something like that, $50,000 bail. So that means he has to come up with $5,000 and get out. Like I said, there's a lot of bail bondsmen out there that will do it for less or do it for free, actually. And I think I have a card from a guy in Norwalk somewhere that came up on us one time, but that's in my truck. I got to get back home. The only reason I left is because obviously they let me out, so I got to, start organizing stuff, but I got to get back home. Hopefully, Sally, if you can, let Mrs. River know to call your way out bail bonds directly. I don't even have to be a part of the conversation, and they don't even know that we're going to call them. But if you call them, let them know that Nadiri Law sent you. I guarantee you that it's going to be a cheaper bail, not the $5,000, not 10%. It might be less than that. Any bail bondsmen out there that can help us right now in this instant that are listening, please email me right away at sgbnews1, the number 1, sgbnews1@gmail.com. And I got my other phone. I got my other phone here that I can call you back on. Just send me your phone number through the email. So now that I got that out, guys, I don't know if you guys were watching last night on Defend Our Freedom. You know, we were under, first we got harassed by the cops in central LA. They gave me a ticket last night for pedestrian in the roadway, the most ridiculous ticket that you can ever get, And, the sergeant showed up and everything, and I think I plead my case pretty good, And the sergeant had nothing to say. All he said was the officer, if the officer says there was a violation, then I guess if he wants to write you up with it, then that's what he's going to do. But so that happened, and somehow I knew I was going to end up in the glass house that night because I told him, I give you my name and my birth date, and that's it, And if you need anything else, they can identify me at the station, like go do your job, do your investigation. That's what they're supposed to do, right? They're supposed to investigate. So I gave him the info he wanted, and he wants the specifics, so he didn't get my middle name, and that's what, he was like, I can't find you. There's people with warrants with your name and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, you never asked me my middle name. If you would have did your job properly, and asked me the proper information, then I could have gave you the proper information. All he asked was first and last name and birthday. That's not my fault he couldn't find me. So anyways, so that happened, and then we go to this other crime scene where it was assault with a deadly weapon, and the guy was kind of like mentally unstable, they were saying. So we show up, and they got that guy in the ambulance. If you guys didn't see the video, go check it out at Defend Our Freedom. I'm sure it's still there. And the guys in the ambulance were filming that, and I'm walking around, and all of a sudden you see them walking up with the tape already. They haven't said a word to us yet, but now they're already going to set up their tape. So the first guy comes up and says, hey, he tries to start tapping my arm, and I said, don't touch me, So he's like, I'm going to put up the tape and this and that. You guys got to get out of here. I said, all right, well, go ahead and put up the tape, and then I'll make a decision on where I'm going to walk, man. Set up your perimeter, and then I'll move to the proper location. So they did that, and, in the process, we all got mouthy with each other, and you know how it goes. Go watch the video. I don't have to tell you what I said, but you guys go watch the video if you want to see that. And it just escalated from there. These guys just got butthurt feelings, They're not mentally stable enough to be police officers. So what they're doing is they're using their aggression, they're using their unstable mental state at that moment to start getting violent with you. These guys pull out the nightstick. There was like 6 officers on top of Riverside, pinned up against the car. They had his legs up. They had his arms twisted behind his back. Like, they got him good. They beat him up. Okay? Really good. And and then they start shoving me back with the nightstick, and I'm walking backwards for my safety. I'm not gonna turn my back to these cops so they can push me from the back like a coward. Why would I do that? So I walk backwards, facing them, filming them, telling them don't touch me and stop pushing me and everything, And they were like literally right in our faces and telling me to get out of their personal space when they were up in our faces, It's ridiculous. And and then the violence continues. The nightstick starts getting harder and harder. He starts pushing harder and harder because he wants me to move faster, and I'm not doing it. Every time he pushes me, I stop walking and stand my ground, and take the hit, and then take another step back, and then take a hit, and take another step back, and take a hit. That's how I went, This guy kept pushing and pushing. And the one thing is that we never stopped walking backwards, These guys wanted to, they wanted to just incite violence on us at that point because, that's the kind of cops that they are. They like to get people in a position where they can abuse their authority and overstep their power, and then they start abusing people, and that's what they're good for. And that's what I exposed last night. It's not that I was interfering with anything. Nobody said a word to us, get back, or I'm going to put up some tape. That came, that was their natural reaction, is go get the tape and tape it up. Well, all right, that's fine. So let me get back to the line. So once I get behind the tape, guess what? Oh, that's our inner perimeter. We're going to create an outer perimeter. You got to step back. So that's when they got all pushy with the nightstick. We had already complied. We were already behind the tape that they asked us to be because they were beating up river and they didn't want us to film it. So that's why they pushed us back there. And then now I said, go put up the other tape and then I'll move back over there, I'll move when you put up that other tape, then I'll move over there. No, you're going to move now. You're going to move now. Move it. Starts hitting us, Well, hitting me. He was just hitting me because South Central Audits was in a position where, I don't know if they put hands on them. I'm not sure. But, yeah, man, just a crazy situation in LA last night for a couple of journalists out there gathering content for a story to post on YouTube for the world to see, And so that's how it went. So when I got to the tape, we backed into the tape, and instead of turning around, I kept walking backwards, and the tape busted off the fence. They had it tied onto a fence right there. The tape busted. Boom! Oh, you're under arrest. Oh, that's what they were waiting for. They were just waiting for something stupid, that's just those little simple things that these cops will do to make you a criminal, guys. And this is why we come out here and we do this, to expose it, and I'm gonna have a good day in court. I'm gonna have a really good day in court, because this is gonna be a sick-ass battle, public versus police. Who's gonna win this one? And just because I was criticizing them, doesn't mean that I was breaking the law. Free speech doesn't mean you're breaking the law. Criticizing any of those officers for what they do or who they are, what they're doing or whatever, is not against the law. So they had no reason to use that as a reason to start inciting violence on us. You see what I'm saying? That should not have been their reason. Their reason should have been that we were interfering somehow with their investigation and stopping either their vehicles or themselves from traveling within, the area that they were working in. We didn't do any of that. Everybody was spread out. River was over there. I was walking around. South Central Audits was on the other side, very peacefully. Nobody said anything. None of the officers said, hey, blah, blah, blah. Can you give them some privacy? This is going. Nobody said nothing. There was no warning. There was nothing. There was just, I seen the tape coming, and then right away the Sarge is like, or whoever it was, I don't even remember. You need to stand over here, blah, blah, blah. Well, right now I'm free because there is no perimeter, so they just need to learn how to do their job, guys. I mean, that's what I would expect. I would expect for them to be able to control a situation, any situation, even something as simple as that. This wasn't even like like one of those, like, let's just say, for example, the other night when the cops were getting stuff thrown, bikes thrown at them, and, and they're in the middle of a huge crowd, just two of them, like, All right, I understand. In a situation like that, you're gonna use what you have to protect yourself because now you're being attacked. Okay, but in our case, we're standing there with a camera. We're walking around with a camera. There's no interfering. I'm not trying to talk to anybody. I didn't talk to any of the officers. I didn't talk to any of the victims. I didn't talk to nobody. I peacefully walked around the scene, and that was it. Why is that a reason for them to incite their violence? Is what I want to know. But, you know, you got these guys on steroids and other drugs, and they're not getting drug tested because they're law enforcement. Who's complaining on them? You know? I told that officer, man, lay off the steroids, man. You know? Putting yourself through some shameful behavior. Yeah, man, so that's kind of in a nutshell how it all went down last night, guys. And, you know, so we get down to the jail. We get down to Newton Station, and they got us in there, and they pretty much started the process there, and then transferred us down to MDC and off of 2nd in Los Angeles, or 1st in Los Angeles, whatever that is right there. They transferred us to MDC, and then the guys that transferred them, you know, we were talking to them in the car, like, you know, sick, like, you guys are out here, you know, creating criminals, you know, and we're not even criminals, man. I was like, look at my record. Look at my record. I don't have one. It's clean. You can't say I have any priors. You can't say anything, you know. So why would you start now? Why would you start trying to make me a criminal right now, you know, for nothing? You know, but that's what the police do to us, guys, and this is what we need to, why we need to spread the word. This is why we need to have people aware of what's going on around you with the cops, because there's a lot of people out there that swear up and down that the cops are the best thing that ever happened to us. But I'm gonna tell you this, not with the corruption, not with all those Billy badasses that think they're above the law. Like that sergeant that started everything last night. Oh, it wasn't even a sergeant, it was an officer. Some older guy. He just goes and shoves River. He just shoved him nasty, and that's what started it all right there when he shoved him. And River was asking for his name and badge number, and they were like, oh, get back, get back. You know, so, you know, that was all within the range of putting up the tape and everything. You know, it wasn't like this happened first and then this. Like, this all just happened all in a nutshell. And they attacked us, like, probably like 10 of them. They just, you know, boom, boom, boom. They just start going at us, surrounding us, lining up on top of each other, pushing us back. Just some horrible behavior, guys. I wouldn't want any of you guys to experience that, you know? But that's why we need change. We need change in those police communities. We need better cops out here, and we need cops that are going to stand up for the public. When is that going to happen? You know? When is you know what? And I met a very good officer. You know, the guys that transferred us over to the jail. I'll tell you, that was a pair of officers that I guarantee you, if we're on the streets and we run into them, they're not gonna bother to, you know, do the whole tape thing and everything. They're just gonna let us stand there, do our thing. They're there to do their job. I'm there to do mine. I'm there to gather the story, and that's it. You know. There shouldn't have to be like all this, you know, negativity between, you know, the public and the police, you know. Let me do my job, man. And I explained it to him really well, you know. I explained it to him really good. I told him, look, man, we're not here because we hate the cops. We love the cops, man. We need cops. We need good cops. We don't need the corruption. We don't need the child abusers and the drug dealers, you know, doing things behind, you know, on county time. You know, this is their time, their city time. You know, they should be out there operating in the you know, and they're supposed to be just doing their job. Let me just put it that way, because in the course of their duties, they should be active, being police officers, not trying to hustle women, not trying to, you know, be that drug dealer selling guns, And believe me, you think I'm lying. This is happening every day. These cops are making, they're making money. While they're making money on the community for policing us, they're also making money on the stuff that they're retrieving off of the streets. Because believe me, they're not turning it all back in. These cops are dirty. Cops are dirty, and we need to expose this because, you're never going to find a good department. I'll guarantee you that. There's always going to be the corruption. There's always going to be the corruption, guys. So it just amazes me that this is still happening with all these videos online already, and how many videos do we have of all this madness going down, So many. There's so many hundreds. I got thousands. I got 2,000 videos online that exposes the cops, and how they act with people and how they act with us and how they act when they arrive to deal with a situation, how biased they are, to who you are, what you look and what you're wearing, what you have in your hands. They take all that into consideration. They're not gonna I guarantee you that they're not gonna show up and be like, oh hey, what's going on, everything's good, yeah, all right, great, let me just find out what's going on real quick, and we'll be on our way. It's not even like that. It's like all of a sudden, oh, you're the victim, or you're the suspect. You're the suspect, and we're under investigation. Stand right there. Like, these cops are dirty, and that's how they treat us, man. So, I just hope that you guys can see what's really going on out here through our eyes, through our cameras, because it's definitely happening. It's not fake. It's not fake news. And this is real news. This is actually the real stuff that's happening out here, the way they really treat us, and how they're separating themselves from the public, being those type of tyrants. So, I don't know, guys. They think that by arresting us that we're going to stop filming and being out there and doing what we got to do. It's only going to make it, it's going to empower us to be out there more, And look at how many people showed up at the station, at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And South Central Audits was actually there all night. So you guys go support him as well, but you hurt one of us and you hurt us all, man. That's how it is, Nobody takes lightly to, receiving violence from the police, and and for them trying to make us criminals, man. We're just out here doing our thing. Why wouldn't they just leave us alone? But yeah, like I said, shout out to those 2 officers that transferred us, because we were able to talk to them really well and explain to them our point of view on why we do this and why we're out here. And you know what, that officer, I'm gonna tell you right now, one of those officers, we actually filmed him driving into the Newton station. It was the guy that Islos was saying, hey, you got a sticker on your license plate, and it was actually, he's a Purple Heart recipient, so he was saying, hey, you seen that Purple Heart, right? So I don't know if you guys seen that video, but we've met that guy before. We've came face to face with that guy off duty, recorded his car coming into the station, and that's what he asked me. He said, hey man, he's like, so why do you guys record at the station? And I said, because you guys are out here ticketing people for, oh damn, I think I just lost you guys. Headbanger, the video is on Defend Our Freedom, the live stream that I was on last night. I think I just lost you guys. My phone just glitched, so give me a 1 if we're back, or give me a 2 if I need to start this over. Bad connection. You're back? Are we back, guys? Okay, so like I said, the officer, like I said, we met this guy before, and I explained to him really well, you know, him and his partner. His partner was, you know, he was a rookie. You could tell he's new to the force, but, you know, he told me, hey, if I see you guys out there, he's like, and if I do see that, you know, officers are getting out of line, he's like, I will step in and tell them, hey, let me handle this. And he said, I'll put up the tape, and since we have an understanding, he's like, I know that you're gonna do what you're supposed to in that moment. And I said, exactly, man. You know what? And that's how it works. You know, you create a relationship out here with these officers that are actually, you know, they're out here, they got our eyes on us, you know. So, you know, there's gonna have to be a moment where you're gonna have to say, hey, I remember you, what's going on, man, you know, and wish them their good day and to be safe out there, because, you know, those good officers are the ones that we need, you know. So why not build a relationship with the good, so that they can weave out the bad, and hopefully he'll be that guy that you know is joining the force to make a difference in the police community, and to make, you know, to do what police are actually supposed to do when they join the force, is to help out the community, you know. And we don't have a lot of that. All right, I guess I got a poor feed, guys, so I'm gonna let you go. I don't want you guys to have to try to decipher this, so I'll go live a little bit later. I got something to do right now, and then I'm gonna head back to the station and wait for River to get out if he does. Mrs. River, if you're out there, please email me your phone number, or Sally from the Valley. And we out again, damn it. Sally from the Valley, please get me the info for Mrs. River. I'm out, guys. Sorry about that.